Hi there, how you doing? I'm going to do a little nightcap for you. If you're having trouble sleeping during quarantine like I am, and you fancy a nighttime tipple, a nightcap, this is called a white Jamexicubano, or Jamexicubano Blanco, which is basically a white, kind of like a white Russian, just because it was white the first time I made it, although it's going to be a little slightly different colour. Anyway, let's get into it. So the trick is 2 rums, Havana Club, 7, it's quite easy to find, Smith & Cross, depending on where you are. Might not be so easy, I'm in Spain and it's not, I had to order this online, but anyway, we're going to mix these 2 rums. If you didn't have these 2, you could do it with just the Havana Club, I guess, although this adds a real flavour, a real kick. I've just made some homemade ice, so I've had to shave that so it fits in the glass. So we're going to do 1 ounce of Smith & Cross. We're going to build it in the glass like you would an old fashioned. And then we're going to do 1 ounce of Havana Club. That's 2 ounce total rum. There we go. Probably could have made this a little bit weak because before going to bed. For the purposes of the video, let's make. And then homemade horchata, Mexican horchata. I've done this brew earlier. It's pretty simple. I'll put in the description, I'll explain it. It's basically, you put some rice with some water and some cinnamon sticks, if you've got sticks. If not, you can use powder later. Leave that for about 3 hours. Then you're going to add a bit of milk and some sugar. I don't like it too sweet, and I did this the other day with it was too sweet, so I'm going to try it now. I'd said in my notes I've put 4 parts of this to the 2 of rum. I'm going to start with 2 ounces, so it's about half and half. Looking a good, so I'm going to give that a stir. So this is actually a drink I'm still perfecting, okay, for the record. I'm having it as a nightcap, but you know, on a hot day, Mexican horchata is really refreshing. In Valencia, Spain, they do it with tiger nut. But this is just, it's kind of like a rice water. That's what it's like. So this one I've made with some cinnamon sticks, and I also later on added in some cinnamon powder, which is probably why it's got that colour. That is nice. As I said, the last time I made it was too sweet. So I pulled back the sugar. I told myself I'll pull back the sugar in the horchata, homemade horchata mix, because then you can pump up the sugar with simple syrup. And I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to add in about 0.5 of simple syrup. Some homemade simple syrup. Just mix equal parts sugar and water. You can double up the sugar if you want that to last longer. So I'm going to do about 0.5. Because I think this is a drink that does benefit from some sweetness, because it's got that kind of like chocolatey, sweet, it's kind of like a dessert drink. Let's give that a bit of a mix. I think I like booze forward drinks, like this taste of alcohol. But in this case, I think I'd probably be inclined to go for sweetness. I'm going to put this back in so you can remember what we had there. Cheers. That's lovely. Well, it's like if you've got a sweet tooth, this is a perfect drink. You've got the cinnamon, the rice water there. Blends lovely with the rum, especially the Smith & Cross, which is like fruity, banana-y, Jamaican style rum. So I think this has worked out. Try it at home if you want. And enjoy, let me know what you think. And if you can think of any improvements. I'm just proud of having a huge chunk of ice. That's my achievement of the week, probably, during quarantine. Anyway, cheers. I think we'll get a good night's sleep tonight.